Hello, Taurus. Welcome to Eight of Cups Tarot, and welcome to a quick mid-month update. I'm doing these because the energy is super intense the next couple of weeks. Now, not necessarily in a bad way, not necessarily in a good way, but in the way of change, okay? We've got a lot going on, and your sign is kind of somewhat to blame. So a lot of focus on Taurus energy this month, meaning it could be a somewhat unstable month in the economy, in our food, in, all the Taurus stuff. And then we're moving into, this full moon coming up in your opposing sign of Scorpio, and that's going to be a pretty big deal for you guys as well. So if you are a Taurus, sun, moon, rising, Venus, or if you're a cross watcher, I could promise you that life is definitely changing now. So let's take a look at your cards for this month. Seven of Wands, Knight of Swords. Three of Pentacles. This is similar to Aquarius, I want to say. Do we want this card? No, we don't want this card. Okay, bottom of the deck. Let's take a look. Six of Wands, victory. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. All right, Taurus. So let's get into this. Let's talk about the Seven of Wands. There is... I'm just drawn to the fact that we have the overall energy here is the Six of Wands and then the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands is kind of like rising above. It's kind of like cocooning yourself in a way. There's definitely adjustments to the things that you want. And it's almost like a tempering. There's just so much here because there's just a yin and a yang energy of what the heart wants and what the mind wants and what we need to survive, what we need as a foundation. And how do we put all the pieces together? How do we make it make sense? And the Seven of Wands can definitely be, if you allow it, a time for inspiration to come in. And maybe you had something or someone that has given you some form of an inspiration, some form of an idea or an epiphany, and it's like, oh, I really like that. And then we have this Knight of Swords, who I always say in this particular deck, I'm always drawn to the bottom of his shoes. The bottom of his shoes are red. This came up, I believe, in the Aries reading. I can't remember now. They're blurring together. But I'm drawn to these red shoes. And I mean, let's talk about the fact that he's carrying a weapon. I don't know if he has to protect something. Because this is very protective energy. I'm wondering if you didn't have something occur here where you kind of had to stop participating in something with somebody that was a little out of sorts. And I get the feeling that the Seven of Wands is your ability to not take things personally. For some reason, that's just what's coming to me. There must be somebody in your life, this Knight of Swords, who's kind of acting out or rebelling in some way, acting very impulsive, very aloof. And maybe this is just like the two sides of you. Maybe you're in an environment that is like somewhat unstable, or, you know, in a situation where like you're waiting for like something to come in and save you or help you with something, because that can also be that Knight of Swords energy. And we have that because we're building up to this Three of Pentacles. And then we have this Two of Pentacles, which is a choice. There's a choice to build. And because you have victory coming up right above this Three of Pentacles, I think the priority is on the building with others, or whether or not others want to build with you. And I get the feeling that Taurus has like a certain standard, you know, like that firm boundary. Look, I could accept a lot of things. I could not take things personally. Like if you have a partner or somebody in your life that's kind of like all over the place, and you're like, look, I can hold space for you. I could take it. I understand that you're going through a lot. But there are certain things that are sacred to me. I don't know, the Seven of Wands feels very like making yourself sacred. And I think Three of Pentacles is like that boundary. Okay, I understand that life isn't perfect and we got to work through some stuff. But there are certain things that aren't forgivable. There's certain standards. There's like a solid foundation. And it requires cooperation, and it requires like mutual respect. Maybe there's a part of you that wants to keep running back to something. Like you want to keep trying to make something work over and over and over again. Oh, I know that person, like they're going to change. I'm going to change them. Look, I'm going to fix it. No, you're not. And the thing is, a victory comes when you choose yourself, and ultimately the choosing of yourself is the struggle. Queen of Cups, antagonist position. You know, the Queen of Cups is a provider. She's a nurturer. She's beautiful and empathic, but I promise you this, she is the enabler. Because of her ability to love so unconditionally. It is amazing and profound how much compassion this Queen of Cups can have. But there comes a time when you have to realize that if you want your life to move in a certain direction, like if you have like those values and you want like those core things, like if your dream come true is to have like 2 or 3 kids, why are you dating people that like travel the world and don't want children at all? Like it's time to kind of face reality, which I think is this Two of Pentacles. And I think your resistance to doing the things that are for your greater good is going to deliver kind of a harsh lesson this month. And I'm wondering if like you're not in this pattern or this habit because of the Six of Wands, because of the ego. You know, like especially if this is something you've been doing for a long time, like you've been in this relationship for a long time and you're like, no, I'm going to change him, I'm going to fix it, you know? And you know you're not. but you just want to keep trying because it's almost easier than the thought of having to explain to people why it fell apart. You know, maybe there's just a part of you that doesn't want to be embarrassed, or maybe there's a part of you that, you know, but on the flip side, it's like, don't you want to be in or with somebody, like in a job or in a relationship where you are like truly seen and valued? Because I don't feel like this Knight of Swords is really valuing you. I don't think they're really seeing you or holding you up on a pedestal in any way. I don't really get the vibe that this Knight of Swords does anything in your life to attribute to your sense of dignity and respect. The Two of Pentacles. Do they add to your life or not? Are they bringing something of value to the table? It doesn't necessarily mean that everything has to come to a screeching halt. There's no dramatic end here in sight. What I do see, what it is very clear to me, is that there is a new beginning. Ace of Pentacles. There is something that you want that shows up. The seed was planted and now the plant emerges from the soil. It is something that you can hold in your hands. It is real. If you're looking to move, it's the house of your dreams. If you're looking for a new job, it's that new opportunity. If you are looking for a new partner and somebody who is the opposite of a Knight of Swords character, somebody who is loyal, respectful, and trustworthy and reliable, and somebody you can build a life with. And ultimately, I think that you have to learn that the qualities that you have, those empathic, beautiful qualities and forgiveness that you're going through, you have to love yourself. If you love somebody that much, it won't work unless you love yourself equally as much. Typically, when you're putting up with or dealing with somebody who treats you with very little respect, staying there is not an act of loving yourself. It's just not. Taurus, you're getting that trine from Pluto. You've got all of the energy of Uranus, and you may be at a point where it's time to put your foot down. It's time to really enable those Taurus instincts, because we know you could be bullheaded. We know you could be stubborn. We know you can cut those cords, and you will. You will. It's all about the investments, and it's all about getting yourself in the right place in life and not letting anybody or anything hold you back. All right, Taurus. I will be back. I don't know. Oh, wait. I almost forgot your... Oh my gosh, guys. I'm so sorry. I clearly need a cup of coffee. Let's get you some oracle cards. I think even my cards need some coffee. Actually, I want this one. Oh, I love it. Being enough. The innermost heart says you are enough. Nowhere to go, nothing to get, nothing to change, nothing to fix. No need to grow more deserving. You, yes, you are love. It's not something that other people can give you. Oh my, I'm just going to take all three of these because they go like so beautiful here. Guys, round and round, this card right here, which comes underneath this Two of Pentacles with you. Do I make this investment? Do I stay with this person? Do I continue to accept this kind of behavior? You know, where's my loyalty? What am I doing? Round and round. Another 7. 7 of Wands. This breaks down to a 7. Adjustments need to be made. You can't keep doing things the way that you've always done them. You can't keep forgiving over and over again for the same thing. At some point, you just need to maybe accept that this person is not going to be that person that you need them to be. You know, you could be a wonderful person. They could be your best friend. They could be amazing. Maybe there's just that one thing that makes them not fit into the next phase of your life. So you can keep going over and over, but really, at the end of the day, you are just procrastinating the rest of your life. Choose your future. Choose your future. Don't keep living in the past. So South Node, North Node kind of thing. And we have this Queen of Cups here, and underneath that's the 38, breaking down to 11, to be fair. 11 is like this divine angelic thing. Queen of Cups, to be fair, what did I say about the enabling qualities of a Queen of Cups? If you continue to forgive somebody over and over again, ultimately they just lose respect for you. So their behavior shouldn't be a surprise. And it probably shouldn't be anything that makes you like fall to your knees in devastation, like, I can't believe this person has done this to me. Like, I get the feeling of being like, you know, like that friend that's like, oh no, that's shocking, when like really everybody knew. Like, it's like the 12th time that this has happened. You keep having this fight over and over again. And to be fair, you agreed to keep doing this over and over again. And I think that you have to look at that. You have to look at the role that you played, because 3 of Pentacles, you're playing a role in this situation. You are contributing to this thing that keeps going over and over and over again. And the truth is, it's probably one of those cycles where you really only want it when you don't have it anymore anyways. It's like quitting smoking. Those first couple days are rough, but after that, it gets easier. It always gets easier. And then we have this Ace of Pentacles, come to the edge. Like the universe is pulling her. Card number 9, which is a lucky number. You know, I'm thinking of the 9 of Cups, which is about wish fulfillment. And like, you could be in this relationship doing this thing over and over again, and meanwhile you find yourself like daydreaming about having like somebody completely different. Like, yeah, but what if I had that guy that like answered all the texts? Or what if I dated that girl who like, you know, I don't know, like, use your own example, but it just feels like you're fantasizing about all the things that you want, and yet you keep reliving this cycle with this person that isn't any of those things. And if that comes from a place of you feeling like you're not enough to want more, like you're not important enough to say enough is enough, like the universe wants you to have victory, to be seen. Come to the edge. Let people see you. Step into that uncomfortable place. See how the universe supports you, because it will. And the Ace of Pentacles, I always say this comes up when you leave a relationship, and I am a perfect example. I've seen it play out a million times. Like, you finally decide you're going to get out of there and you leave that thing, and the very next thing, like the universe just starts working with you, like, okay, so you got to move out, and then all of a sudden you find like that perfect place, and it's available on the perfect day, and like you could get the moving truck, and you have cooperation and support, and you're like, oh my God, this is like the path of least resistance. Everything is working with you. To Taurus, this is all about how you've been standing in your own way all along, waiting for somebody to be something they're never going to be. And so congratulations, because this is like the first day of your new life and all the new potential. All the potential you saw in that person goes to a blank canvas, and you realize that you deserve so much more. Healthy boundaries, strong foundations, brings in reliable and stable partnerships. Same goes for work. Oh, that's awesome. All right, Taurus, I do hope that you have a wonderful month, and I will see you some way, somehow next month. Lots of love. Bye.